Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with a shop update for Serenity Creations on Etsy. I will have all my shop information listed below. Everything that you see now, it's already in my shop and available. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. And also too, just so that you know, I know some of the ladies that frequently shop my store know that anything over $35 before tax, it's free shipping. So that is a huge perk that I keep on my shop at all times. So just so that you know, if you do under that, then yeah, you do pay shipping, but the shipping's not too bad. I've seen every time the shipping comes through, regardless of state, it never seems to be, bad. I do get a pretty good rate through Etsy, so you get a good rate. But if you want to avoid paying any shipping, then you can spend over $35 before tax. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. And these paper clips are one of my best sellers, so I decided to make some more of them. Here is, and I only have 2 of these available in the blue, and then I have 2 available in this beige color. Okay, super fun. I like to add lots of little dangles and stuff on there. I love it to be super busy like that. I have 2 in the pink. Okay. Then I have 6 available in these spring colors. And these are on pink clips. And these are all like, this right here is super up my alley. So I did these, and they're all the same, all 6 of this super pretty springish color one. Okay. And then I went ahead and I made some of these dangles. These, are the ones from Hobby Lobby. And of course, I have the vinyl on there. I added these yellow glass blings on them. And I have these heart clasps. And then they all have some tied on, and there's resin. These are resin blings on here. And then I just have a few charms, and you're gonna recognize all of them because they are from Hobby Lobby. Okay, so I thought that would be fun, and there's only 1 of each. Here's another one. All right. And then here's the 3rd one. My light source is coming to the left, so I got to keep in mind my arm being in the way. So pretty adding the bling. I love that. I forgot I had those. And these are like faceted little glass blings. Okay, here's another one. Love these. And then the last one is this rainbow. Let me see if I can show the colors. Super pretty. Okay, so that's those. Then I have bracelets, stretchy bracelets. These are clear. And these are with a 10mm glass bead. All of them are glass beads. Then I have these butterflies that have an AB. And for those that may not know what AB means, that just means it has that color shift in there. So it's not just a solid white. Okay, and then I did these differently. I have the little dangles on here. So let me show you how it would look on. Okay. And I have a 6-inch wrist. This will fit a 6, 6.5, and a 7, but keep in mind how snug it'll be if the bigger size your wrist is and how you would like it to sit. So mine's about a 6.25, not exactly a 6-inch wrist. But that's how I size all my bracelets in my shop, so that they can fit multiple sizes. Then I have this really pretty gray, and these glass beads are all faceted. And then these are hematite hearts, the big ones and the small ones. And I'll show you what it looks like on. So these were a ton of fun to make, and each one of them will have 4 little dangles. So I thought that would be fun. Okay. Then I did these pink ones, which is always a big seller, anything I do pink. Now these are a different kind of bead. These have like a, oh, I don't even know how to explain that. It's not an AB on that. It's like a milk glass pink. I have white 10mm beads here, and then these are faceted pink hearts. These ones fit a little more snug because these beads are bigger. So this would be perfect for your 6 and 6.5 wrist size. If you do a 7, it will be a little more snug. Okay, because you see how it fits my hand. And that's because these beads were bigger. I could have gone 1 more bead, but then it had it hang down too much. That's what I hate about bracelets sometimes with the bead size. Trying to keep everything, you know, the same size is hard when you're using bigger beads, because you got to keep in mind these take up more space. So just keep that in mind. And it is in the description box. I don't know how many people really read what's in there. Then I decided to do a green. And then here is the butterflies, and then the green. And these are all glass faceted. So I figured this will be fun for people who love green, or if you want to make it like festive. I thought that would be fun. I have green lovers out there. And then the last one is red. I never do red. So I figured, you know what, let's do that, because there's plenty of girlies that love the red. Okay, and then here is how it looks on. Super pretty. And these all are the same measurement, so you can do the 7-inch wrist. This is the only one that's going to be a little smaller. So just keep that in mind. If you have a small wrist, then you're fine. But if your wrist is just, well, super small, I should say, because I have a really skinny wrist. Okay, so that's those. Then I wanted to do something a little different. I have 6 of these available. These right here are little grab bags of acrylic beads, of an assortment of acrylic beads, okay? Not all bags are gonna be the exact same, okay, as far as the beads are concerned. I do have a picture, and it shows one of these bags completely open, so you'll have an idea of what that one bag looks like. They're pretty much all gonna be kind of the same of some of the beads, but then some beads will pop in there that are not the same. So the color palette's the same. You know, some may have this and some may not have that. Did I drop one? Yeah. Some may have these little fuzzy ones, you know. It's just a random grab bag of a bunch of beads that I purchased, and I just mixed them so that, you know, there's these options. So that's what these are. Again, these are grab bags, and all of them will not, none of them will be exactly the same. There will be some repeated beads for sure in all the bags, but then there might be some beads that are not. Okay, so those are listed. Then I'm gonna go ahead and sell some of my handmade cards. So this will be a bundle, okay? So everything I'm gonna show you right now, it's one bundle. I'm not selling these individually because these are heavily dimensional, and I would prefer these to go in one bigger box. Okay, so you would have seen these in previous design team projects or when I was purchasing the card kit. I just have a lot, and I don't need to keep all of them. So this one right here it's a shaker card. And this was one of the dies that, I think this was a year or 2 ago from Erica, that when I was designing for her. So you'll see they're very dimensional. So these would have to go in a box. None of these can go through regular mail. Okay. This was another one. It was a design team project from Erica, who is Scrap Diva Designs, but this was from like a couple years ago. Okay. And they're all lined on the inside of the card as well. And there'll be a total of 6 in this bundle. Okay. So do you see how that this is going to either be hand delivered in a gift bag, or if you're mailing something and it's in a box. So just when you fill it out, just, you know, keep this packaging that I'm providing and put it back in just to save it, because there's just little blings and little things everywhere that can easily, you know, come off if it's just shuffled in a box. So being handmade, you got to take a little extra care of them. Okay. Oops. Okay, so you can see all the dimension. Apologize for the glare. I just didn't want to take them out of the plastic bags, but there will be pictures in my shop. Okay, this has the pearls. I love this one. And then the last one in this bundle. And the jingle bells really do jingle. Okay, again, always know that the pictures are in my shop. All right, that's one bundle. This is the second bundle. These are 4-inch circle cards. These were design team projects that I did for my creative time. So these all open and are all finished on the inside. Okay, oops, let me pick this up. These are 4-inch circle cards as well. Super adorable. Again, these are dimensional, so these cannot go in the regular mail, like with an envelope and then mail it. You can't do that. These are 3-inch circle cards. And then I have the crisscross cards. And these were something I just did last month. Okay. And then I'm going to put, these are tree gift tags. So I have the lace up here. So if you have a bag and you want to tie it, these do have the to and from. So you can write on the back of them and then just tie it onto the bag and just be a really pretty little gift tag. So there's 3 of those in here. Okay, so, and that's one bundle. Everything that I just showed you right there is one bundle. And then my other cards is another bundle, okay? So now let's go ahead and get into the last wave of my shop update. And these are leather earrings. I've had these leather pieces for years and just never did it. So this time I was like, you know what, Anna, let's just knock them out. I know it's a big thing. There's a lot of people that make these, but I wanted to have them available in my shop, and they're 100% leather. And just keep in mind, the leather cut in the back, you see how that's fuzzed in the back? They're all texture is a little different as far as like the front, you know, I mean, these ones look pretty identical, but there's some on there that are just a little off as far as the texture. And that's just the way I purchased them. So you will see the back of that. So in my pictures, I do, in the videos to these, I show the back because I want you to see how that looks, because some people may not like it and some people could care less. It is very soft in the back. So when it hits along your neck or the side of your face, this is very soft. It's not hard leather, okay? And they're on these little hooks. So just so you can get an idea, I have my little handy dandy mannequin here. So let me go ahead and show you. Okay, so that's how that looks. So you'll see how it'll hang down the side of your neck. I believe this is 3.5 inches long, or 3.25. Yeah, 3.25 inches long. All the details in my shop, but just so you can see how that looks. And then I have in this brown right here, same concept. There's 2 leather pieces. Okay, and here is the back. So you'll see the back on this is different than the other ones. And then I will show you how it looks on this, oopsie, this little mannequin. It's nice to get a size reference when you see it hanging. So I love it. All right, and then I have these brown ones. I have 2 sets of these. And these are all on the same type of hook. And this is a darker brown. And then here's the back. And then this is like a champagne colored glass bead that's faceted. Just very simple, didn't want to overdo it. And then I'll show you how it looks on the mannequin as well. Super, super cute. And those are 3 inches. Love it. Okay. Now we're going to do the pink. This is pink leather. And this right here is a very, very light shade of pink that's faceted. And here is the back. So you see it looks a little more, I guess, shaggy in the back. And then I will show you how it looks on the mannequin. So that's how it would hang. And those are all the ones that you see that are just the one like this, they're all 3 inches long. Okay. And I wanted to show you something different. So you see right here how the leather looks right here, and then how the leather looks here. So you see, I bought this in the same bundle, but you'll see that the leather is just different parts of the leather. Where this one is more pebbled, or I don't know, it just has more of a, where you can feel it, and then this one is more smooth. But these 2 won't go together. This one will go together with the one that is the same. But I just wanted to show you in the earrings that this one has more of a smooth and this one is more of a texture. So when it's purchased, I'm just grabbing whichever one because they're both the same shade of pink. Everything's the same except for the texture on this is not as smooth as this one. Okay. And then I have this in like a dark teal. Just trying to get that sunlight so you can see the natural color. And this right here is a really pretty clear AB faceted. So it's gonna pick up all the color on here. And then here is the back. This one feels a little thicker, so just know in leather, sometimes the cut is a little different. These ones are a little, they're not as soft as these, like right here. These are super, super soft. These right here are not as soft. I don't know if that matters to you or not, but it is in my description that texture and color may vary a little bit. So if that's a really big deal to you, I mean, I have them really at a good price. So, and these right here are singles that don't cuss, you know, or what do you talk about? Like it doesn't, it's just flat. Okay, and this is a tan color, and I just have a little Swarovski bead hanging from the top. I did not want to take away too much because I can add chain and I could do a bunch of stuff, but I wanted to keep these simple. Okay, and then there's the back. And then the last pair, and I only have one of those, and then I only have one of these as well. This is like a lighter blue. Good gracious. Okay. And that's like a milk glass white. And then here is the back. So those are the leather earrings that I have in my shop. And this is the whole shop update, guys. So just go ahead and head over to my shop, take advantage of some free shipping. And normally I don't say anything because some of the girls already know that, you know, and I don't ship international. So that's the reason why I can do that. I only ship within the state. And I don't know if I showed the back of this. Did I show the back of these darker brown ones? I don't know if I did. Okay, but that's pretty much it. So stop by and thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope you have an amazing and super blessed day. And that's it. Bye, guys.